Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Today we're going to be finishing up chapter 2. I got a full cup of coffee and we're ready to go. But first, let's check in with our party because there are some things that we need to basically make sure that you have before this fight. Is it going to be the end of the world? No. But since we're here, we might as well make sure we have Ramza with steel, and more importantly, make sure to have steel weapon. There's going to obviously be a weapon we can steal. This isn't a point where you can never get that weapon again. It'll come up later on, but it'll be much later on. And again, we're already here. Let's just get it. Other than that, everybody has been rounded out to level 17. We got Ramza here. Lettuce still rocking that same combination from before. Very powerful. Same with Evangeline. We got Mustadio. He has a basic kit, a basic setup now, which with auto potion. Doesn't have anything in that support slot just yet. Still working on getting him enough JP to kind of unlock some more jobs. And then Agrius, same deal. We got her some white magic, auto potion, and then same deal with the support. It's just JP boost. Another thing I want to note here is our pigs. This is the second tier of pigs here, the swine. They got kind of like a red tint to them. So our goal with these pigs, again, we'll talk more about them at the beginning of chapter 3, but once you get a red pig to spawn, you can get rid of all of the tier 1s, those kind of yellow tinted ones. Get rid of them. And then we want to move on up to the blue pigs, which is the last tier. Those are the two tiers we want to collect. So the red ones and the blue ones. We'll talk more about that later. Let's just go ahead. And now we can kind of get into the story here. Interesting name with the location here. Belias. We might see that name later on. First disciple of Saint Ajora. Maybe something important with that. But we can go ahead and head to the gallows here. Agrius informed us that they're going to execute the princess, so we have to stop them. Now this fight, not a tough one. Can be tough because we're going to try to steal weapon, which the percentage on steal isn't great. It's a little bit of RNG involved with that, so we need a lot of survivability. Luckily, we have that with our squad. Our squad is going to be split up into two groups here, and I'm thinking I put Mustadio here with me, and then we also take the black mage. No, we'll take Evangeline. No, we'll take the black mage. And then in the corner here, I like to put Agrius, and then we will put our white mage alongside her there. And then this should be a pretty good setup here. So let's see what's going on.
Got any words to leave behind, Highness? None, then. Very well.
I think I recognize that mustache.
Is that?
The enemy! We are come for the princess. Stand down, or take her place on the gallows.
And the trap is sprung.
Who would have saw this coming?
Trap?
So we obviously knew that the princess wasn't going to be executed, but
Ramza, ever the gallant fool.
from Agrius's point of view, she was obviously fed some information to get them into this trap, so understandable.
What have you done with Lady Avelia?
I've done naught with her. She's a Lionel. What of the gem?
Gem?
Might we spare ourselves these tiresome fates? I speak of the Cardinal's gemstone. The one who stole it travels with you, does he not?
There's
I
Mustadio.
will have it surrendered.
If you want it, come and get it.
So, the boy now thinks himself a man.
Remember, Gaffgarion's kind of like a mentor figure to Ramza. You know, Gaffgarion did take Ramza under his wing in his like mercenary band.
Very well. Let us finish this like men.
So pretty stacked team they got there. You can see they got some time mages up on the wall.
It is not too late to change your mind, Ramza. Return with me to Egros.
Now, I want you guys to take note of how Gaffgarion speaks to Ramza here, where he's sitting here saying, dude, just drop this princess business, trying to be like the hero, and just come back under my wing. I'll accept you. no problems.
Your brother Dicedog would fain forgive what's done. He said as much himself.
Now, Dicedog, on the other hand, I don't think he'd probably forgive Ramza.
What is it that stops you? Chivalry? A tired relic? Neither justice nor loyalty ever filled a man's belly. However you may pretend you are a noble, it's in your very veins. And a noble rules over and uses the small folk as he sees fit. Lesser men can only dream of having your lot in life. So forget this foolishness and be who you were born to be.
No, I will not. The foolishness is believing that our blood dictates our destiny. I refuse to exploit others simply because I was born a Beoulve.
He says that, but he often is going to refer to his father, and because he's a Beowulf that he believes in justice, so this whole blood thing, I'm not exactly buying it.
Even should it mean defying my brother, I will be true to myself. I will play no part in his foul plots.
Foul? You would paint your brother's deeds as foul? For generations, House Beoulve has possessed great military might and the influence that comes with it. As its lord, your brother simply upholds the duties of his station. You of all people should know that. What you call foul, I call necessary. Deny it all you want. This is the way of the world.
Essentially, Gaffgarion here, he thinks he lives in a different world than Ramza. This whole pursuit of justice and chivalry and truth, Gaffgarion doesn't believe in it. Maybe he did at a time, but he can't go back to thinking like that, or at least he won't.
My brother and Duke Larg seek to ignite war to further their own ends. Yet who is it that would be made to suffer? It is the soldiers, who fight and die with their names unknown to their lords. It is the veterans, who are cast aside when their swords are no longer needed. It is the common folk, who are bled dry by taxes and levies.
Ramza's he sounds an awful lot like Weegraf or anybody from the Corpse Brigade. This is exactly what they were fighting for and against people like, the Order of the Northern Sky and Ramza's family.
After 50 long years of conflict, the kingdom was finally beginning to know peace again. But now a privileged few would shatter that peace for personal gain.
A man does not eat an omelette without breaking eggs. It matters not whether he is born into abundance or no. Progress exacts a price, and that price is paid in blood. Such is the ink in which history's pages are writ. Look around you, boy. Ivalice rots from within. Your brother would carve out the root of its decay, even if it means his hands must be soiled. Come then.
Alright, let's get to fighting. Gaffgarion kind of one note as a combatant. He always is just casting Shadowblade. Shadowblade, though, is pretty strong. And that is the sword we want. He has the blood sword. Gonna proc auto potion for us. So let's take a look at Gaffgarion just real quick and the blood sword. That's our goal there. Again, you can pick this up later in the game, but if we pick it up now, it's gonna have its most use. That's why we're gonna do it now. Evangeline here, we want her to cast haste on her in Agrias, which is gonna happen right now. Perfect. Those two are gonna be juiced. There are archers there. That's fine.
For the sake of progress, you would see Lady Ivalice sacrificed. I will not abide it. I will not stand by and watch her made another teacher.
Forget Zeekden. That was not within your control.
See Gaffgarion there? Still trying to, almost like a soft side for Ramza here.
But many things are to an heir of House Beoulve, and you have a duty as such.
So yeah, like again, Gaffgarion, mentor to Ramza, but even Gaffgarion knows if Ramza's full potential as far as like the political landscape is far above anything Gaffgarion can do. But he's almost trying to shepherd Ramza back under his wing so that he can elevate him to that status of whatever, High Lord of House Beoulve eventually. He's trying to make Ramza see that if you just come with me, we can basically elevate you to do whatever you want. You can save, you can be as just as you want, but we just have to drop this business right now.
It is your fate to see that duty fulfilled.
As it was my fate to let Tetra die. No, fate had no hand in that. Tetra died because I did not raise a hand to save her.
Also, our guy put a bolt in her belly, but you know.
I've lied to myself all this time. It was my own inaction that killed her. I will not forget it. Not for as long as I live.
So Ramza, again, we already knew he was kind of gonna, he's always gonna side on being good and just. His line in the sand has been drawn. He's not gonna cross it over to basically back into his old life or this world that Gaffgarion lives in with all the corruption.
I must concentrate.
And let's go ahead and try to start stealing your sword, good sir. 40%? Not bad. Oh, first try. Yes. You're going to come across a lot of enemies in this game that use some sort of Night Blade ability. Best way to deal with them is either to break or steal their weapons, because without their weapons, they can't use those Night Sword abilities. First try, beautiful. This is going to go a lot smoother. We got Mustadio here. Again, he's going to be our chemist, so we got a lot of healers on the team, but Gaffgarion, he's not a big threat. These knights, they can break stuff, and we don't have safeguard on, so we don't want that to happen. Black Mage, on the other hand, can absolutely just nuke everybody. 140 Black Mages. What's also making our Black Mage really strong is we have the Thunder Staff on, or Thunder Rod, and that boosts our Thunder damage. So that's another reason why we're just an absolute monster when it comes to damage. And I'm gonna get a little bit closer so I can hit both of the knights here. Oh, wait a second. Oh no, we made a mistake. Those knights are gonna get a turn, and if we start casting, there's a good chance they'll one-shot us. We can cast Golem. Golem's a great opener. We'll just do that. Keep it safe.
What do you mean to do with Lady Ophelia?
Oh, there you are, Agrius.
I will return her to Gallion as per my contract. What Duke Larg does with her after that is not my concern.
Dukes Larg and Goltanna are cut from the same cloth. Both sides would use her as a pawn. Just as Dystarg and Larg now use you. Are you not ashamed to be no more than a piece in their game? Have you no pride? No honor?
I think we can see what Agrius is trying to say and trying to appeal to Gaffgarion, but I think we all know what kind of man Gaffgarion is.
Pride? Honor? Such flights of fancy are long since flown from me, my lady.
Come then.
So elegant with your words, Gaffgarion. Now, I think this is random about which holy swords you get outside of Judgment Blade, but my Agrius came equipped with Hollow Blade, or Hallow Blade. This thing is amazing. This is one of the best moves in the game. Does a lot of damage, great range. I'm just wondering who we should start nuking. Let's go ahead and start hitting. I actually think the bigger threats are these knights over here, or the archer. So we'll move over here. Go ahead. Yeah, I didn't think that'd have the height difference to hit both of them, both the knights. So we'll just hit one of them.
Power thrumming in skies above, as refulgent blade now strike. Hallowed bolt! Take this!
That's only 50 damage, but man, those quotes are great. Casting Golem again. So this Golem should eat this attack. Or we just evade it. Cloaks, guys. Cloaks are so good. Trying to break our shield, but we don't have a shield, so it just does raw damage. There we go. Golem comes up, says, nah, I don't think so. Let them do all their moves. Yeah, you'll also notice that without cloaks, the enemy AI loves to target your spellcasters. So if you don't have like layers of survivability on top of your spellcasters, they're probably going to die. Because the enemies are just relentless on targeting them. We cast slow on my white mage there. Whew, okay, we're good. Okay, so I was wondering if slow would just cancel out haste. No, it overrides it. That's fine. We just need to reconvene with the rest of our party. Unfortunately, with a cloak, from right now, our movement is not great. And then we also have a mana font. We can cast Holy, though. Somebody was asking, like, what's more important in this game? Character levels or JP? Definitely JP, because it allows you to unlock jobs, get more abilities, and then you can bump up your faith a little bit, and then you just nuke targets like this. Equipment helps too. Okay, it's the next turn, by the way. Holy, this is like the ultimate ability for white mages. Oof.
You lackwit! You refuse to see reality for what it is. Listen to me, Ramza. Every day, someone, somewhere dies without your knowledge. What is the life of one girl when weighed against the greater good?
Question is, whose greater good is it, Gaffgarion?
I see no good in using people. Only deception and death. I will not stand by any longer as innocents fall prey to your good. I will not let you harm the princess.
Then you seal your fate. You stubborn fool.
It's almost like Gaffgarion doesn't want to fight us, you know? I mean, he will. Obviously, he's going to. But he at least is trying to talk us out of it. Whereas you feel like most people Gaffgarion would go against, Gaffgarion wouldn't, you know, waste his breath on him. But Ramza here, maybe a little bit of a soft spot.
You are a Beoulve.
Oh, Agris, did we not tell you that?
You didn't know? Aye. This little whelp is a son of the great house Beoulve.
'Tis true. I am sorry I kept it from you. Yet though I am my father's son, that does not make me the same as my brothers. I knew naught of the plot to kidnap the princess. For the honor of my house, I will bring an end to these machinations. I will put everything to rights. This I swear.
See, he invokes the name of the true purpose of his house and his father. So he does believe in, like, a little bit of, like, lineage.
Do you truly think I would doubt you now? You have more than proven yourself.
Agris, this is why we love you. She's just gonna say goodnight.
My time is up.
You found strength.
If we're down, kind of want to just get our team all together in that corner there because
My turn.
those time mages can be a problem. Gaffgarion, again, he's kind of out of the fight. He's just gonna punch. Meanwhile, this knight still has their sword. 100%, damn, dude. Concentration, so good for melee characters, guys. Really, really good. I'm wondering, what are our chances of stealing his weapon? 40%. Let's not risk it. Let's just do a good chunk of damage there. Ramza, a little bit of, gets a job level. And we can shoot this guy. Guns aren't great in the beginning. I mean, they do consistent damage. I'm only doing 25 damage, but it's like guaranteed. You can't dodge a bullet. Well, some people can, I guess, if you're like in the Matrix, but in this game, no. Dodging bullets is not a thing. Let's see here. This knight we definitely want to get rid of. He goes in 4, 77 damage, not enough. I mean, this is going to be the next cast. Perfect. Get a little bit of MP back. Ah. Oh, got that cloak on. So you guys, cloaks, really good. And I love that in the Ivalice Chronicles here, when okay, I was just like, do I have a shield on? I don't have a shield. But in the Ivalice Chronicles, when you do evade something, it lets you know what source it's that evaded your attack. So that's why it says cloak evasion, or you'll see the shield, or you'll see the parry sword come up. We'll talk more about parry swords eventually. Not right now, but it's a very strong combination. It's like very cheap JP wise.
No.
You just need the right equipment. They're kind of all gathering over there. That's a big haste out of you, Time Mage. Oof, right in the belly. Gaffgarion. Gaffgarion uses Phoenix. I didn't know he'd use a Phoenix down. That's very altruistic of him. Go ahead. Just deal with these knights here. She doesn't need to move anywhere.
No, not here.
Yeah, I'll say we need her to proc an auto potion, or else she's gonna be in trouble. Honestly, with Stadio here, we can just set the auto battle. Because the only thing that he's really gonna do is just pop, just keep sniping and shooting people. He doesn't really have too much decision making at the moment in what he's doing. He is a chemist though, so if somebody does go down, that's when we take control of him and, you know, use the Phoenix down. Or heal. Up. You're done. I'm pretty sure if when Gaffgarion gets a little bit closer, let's build up our MP a little bit. Nothing we can do now except unless we want to maybe heal a little bit with Moogle, but let's go ahead and just save our MP.
Let me see.
Oh gosh, our white mage over here is in a little bit of a pickle. Let's get her moving. At least up here it's fine. And it's a lot of physical damage coming our way, so we will use Protect. Yeah, I don't think that that archer's gonna one-shot us. No, they're gonna take the Protect. You're welcome. Agri's here. Let's get her into the mix. Oh, only 25 damage. I'm saying, like, Agri's, as far as her Holy Knight swords, you really have to build into making those do a lot of damage through equipment and then some support spells, because intrinsically, all on her own, her Knight swords don't do a lot of damage. But again, those status ailments they can inflict, those are really good. And it is a good damage source because, again, instant cast, range, never misses. It's solid. It's just you look how much range damage Agrius is doing, and then you try to compare it to our Black Mage. It's night and day. Now our Black Mage here, we might as well... I don't think you can miss dialogue anymore. I think, like if we nuke Gaffgarion now, I don't think we'll miss any dialogue. I think it like all catches up to you. So I think we'll be fine nuking Gaffgarion. Because the last thing I want to do is like skip out on banter they have back and forth. Let's get Ramza in there, just give him a nice punch. Woo! Be a dangerous hit. Alright, put him in critical state.
Curse me for a fool. I'd not thought you'd grown so strong. As much as it chafes, I'd best retreat for now.
Alright, I don't think there was any banter left. So, the rest of this encounter here, just cleaning up the enemies here. And who is our best source of damage? Well, Ramza's pretty good. So let's just give him haste, and then he'll just punch his way to victory. I can set Agrius here to auto battle as well. Because our team, they have auto potion, great survivability. Don't really need to worry about them too much, because every time they get hit, they're gonna get healed. That's why auto battle is, it feels really safe using auto battle when your team is set up and really well rounded, like ours is. Okay, cast's slowing us. These time mages can be annoying, that's for sure. Maybe we should have dealt with them first. Like right now. Oh, do I have Cyclone Punch? No! This would be a good time to use that. It's a great ability for doing AoE damage. Let's take out the one that's not critically wounded. Bop. There goes the Time Mage. Knight, just kind of swinging away. I think their Time Mage is out of MP. Mustadio, just doing a little bit of disabled like that. Now we can just keep casting haste on. This is what's great about Mana Fawn here. You can continually just get MP, and even if you don't, like you say, you have 0, even just walking around, you'll have enough MP to cast like the lowest tier of spell. And haste is an amazing spell that doesn't cost much MP. Same with Protect and Shell. Sure. Deal with this knight. Pop. Yes. poor Time Mage coming in to hit us with our staff. Done. I don't think Agrius can do anything. She's not gonna. We don't have to worry about her either. I think it'll be done next turn when our Black Mage gets to go. Okay, see, there's enough MP. Come cast Thundara here. And that's it. Perfect.
The castle! We must make haste. Please be safe, princess.
So it's like, you know, if we would have just went to the castle first, could have avoided all this mess into general, you know? in general.
You've not touched your supper. A princess cannot live on pride alone.
Now what's Delita doing here?
Do you think to starve yourself? None would weep, you know. There are many who would be gladdened by your passing. Now stop being stubborn and eat.
You were in league with the Cardinal all along, weren't you? What do you mean to do with me? If you not give me over to Larg, then what is your intent?
To put you where you truly ought to be.
So you would manipulate me as well? I'll not do it, you know. I'll not bend to your whims.
You will. If you wish to survive, you have no other choice.
What do you mean?
I mean...
So it seems like Delita's just trying to keep Valia here alive.
So, this is Lady Ovelia.
This is the same knight that we saw at the beginning of chapter 2. He was paying off that thief, that rogue, to stop us from giving chase.
Do we find you in good spirits, Your Highness? If you would be but a trifle more tame, there would be no reason to keep you in so cheerless a place as this.
These seem lavish enough quarters for a false princess.
The girl does not yet know Lord Falmarv.
We got a name, Lord Falmarv, and false princess.
Truly? How pitiable.
Tell me of what it is you speak.
Very well. You are not Ovelia at Kasha.
What?
The true princess died years ago. You are her double.
So this whole family tree with the royal family just gets a little bit messier here because Ovelia here is technically, or not this Ovelia, the real Ovelia was the former kings, not the one that just died, but the one before that. It was her. They were it was her daughter, or she was his daughter, but she's also the previous king, the one that just passed away. Technically, she's his sister, but she was like a babe, so he adopted her, and that way, that again, kind of the line of succession. There wasn't really much like turmoil about it. It kind of smoothed things over. But it kind of brought up an issue with after he passes away now, which is what we're running into now.
That's absurd.
And now we're finding out that she's not even the real princess and that the princess died.
It is neither absurd nor untrue. You are not Ovelia. You are a straw doll placed in an empty crib by the council, which bears no love for Queen Luveria. It was the old men's intent that you would someday succeed the throne.
So the council, we haven't really heard much about them. And the queen, we've talked about that the council and the queen, they don't like each other. Right now, the queen is in charge at the capital, and she is kind of killing some of the council members for treachery and things like that. Like, she's not a good queen, but she's got Duke Larg backing her. And you might have asked throughout this, like, Duke Golgollada has been brought up a lot, but what has he really done? People are just trying to frame him for things. Well, Duke Golgollada has the backing of the council. The council murdered let's back it up a bit. The current king and queen, or the previous king, have had three sons total. There's the youngest now, who they plan to put on the throne, but his two older brothers died of sickness. The council was behind poisoning them. So if you're thinking Duke Golgollada is a good guy or kind of neutral, no, not so much. He is doing scheming and plotting just like Duke Larg is, except we just don't see that point of view.
They saw the queen as an obstacle. She and her brother, Duke Larg, both. Their method was exacting. Its execution meticulous. They placed you in the royal family after assassinating the queen's 2 eldest sons, attributing their deaths to malady.
Okay, well, Marv, you said it a lot better than I did.
The deception was complete, and your ascent all but sealed. King Ondoria was sickly and seemed unlikely to father another son.
So that was technically the real Avelia's brother, but again, he adopted her because she was a baby. So it kind of made sense.
But against all odds, another prince was born. Whether he is in truth of Ondoria's seed is highly suspect, of course. Like as not, Duke Larg found some other sire to ensure his sister's place as mother to the king.
So we don't even know if the king who just died, if the prince who's a baby, he's like a boy, is even of his seed. That's even in question.
Regardless, all of the council's work was made for naught the moment Prince Orinus drew his first breath.
And Orinus and the queen, they are characters that are relegated to the background. We will never see them in a cutscene, but they have a big impact on the story.
You speak false. I'll not believe you.
Believe what you like, child. It is of little consequence. You may be born a butcher's daughter for all it concerns us. We hold a trump card in our hands. The stock from which it was cut matters not.
What is it you wish of me, then? What would you have me do?
Naught at all, sweet child. We only wish that you be our princess as you always have.
I am a daughter of House Akasha. I'll take no orders from you.
Indeed. You are Her Royal Highness Princess Ovelia Akasha. From whose seed and womb you sprung matters not.
They're basically saying, like, doesn't matter actually who you came from. This is who you are. It doesn't matter the actual truth.
'Tis more than our birth that determines our roles. And yours, child, is to be princess. You have always been princess. She who should rightly rule this chaos-racked kingdom. We only wish to help you claim the throne. Nothing more.
Who are you?
We are no friends of Duke Larg, nor do we sit in Goltana's camp. Think of us simply as allies.
Lord Falmarv, let us leave our princess to collect her thoughts. When she comes to see the reality of her situation, she will doubtless wish to be our ally.
Indeed. Let us give her time to stew. Come, Delita.
Lot of revelations here. But now we kind of get the gist of things. Again, this is almost like the first time we hear of the council's almost like treachery and what they've been plotting and scheming. And maybe that's why the queen hates them so much. Obviously, that is why the queen hates them so much. But it kind of sets a piece of like, okay, Goltana, the council, they essentially want to use the princess as their puppet to the throne. Where Duke Larg and Dystarg, they're using the queen and they're also using the prince. But really, again, these two dukes are the ones who are going to have all the control and the power. And then we have this third party, which we don't know much about, but Delita's running with them. And then this Falmarv character also, but they're in league with the Cardinal as well. Very messy. Now, for this next fight, we don't need to steal anything. So we can switch Ramza over and just give him medal. And then we can just go straight into the fight. Right into Lionel Castle. Now, this is the first, like, dungeon in the game where we're gonna go. You can see on the map there, or the picture, that there are two, sword symbols for encounters. So there's two encounters here, and it's basically an all or nothing. As in, if we beat this first encounter, we go to the next one. But if we leave the dungeon at all, we have to do that first encounter again. But the quality of life of this is, at any point, if we feel like the dungeon is actually too hard, we just go back to the world map, we lose all of our experience, but It's better than bricking your save. As in, you go into the dungeon, you save it, and then you realize you can't beat the next fight for whatever reason. You're basically screwed in your save file. It's a big issue of the original one. I'd argue that you probably weren't bricked, but you just weren't using builds correctly. Anyways, doesn't matter. In this version, you can leave it these at any time you want. So let's head to the castle gate. And I said to take note of the castle gate because we saw this scene when they first arrived at the castle. There's a lever next to the wall that'll open this gate. Now, how Ramza gets behind the gate and nobody else does, I don't know. They don't never really explain this. But he's on the other side. Now for here, this is going to be a close quarters fight. So
Very well.
Always going to take Agrius. Always going to have Mustadio. Take our big damage
Just
dealer
try and
here.
stop me.
We're going to bring our knight.
Of course.
To battle!
And we're going to show off our knight a little bit because they did pick up something new.
Wait there. I'll open the gate.
I'd rather it remained shut.
Oh, hi Gaffgarion. We missed you.
You made your way into the castle well enough, but you overlooked the ambush.
Even now, Gaffgarion's kind of like pointing out things to him. It's like, hey dude, like, you know, you got in here easy enough, but did you not think that this would be a trap in any sort of way? Like, come on, you're better than this. I've taught you better.
You still have much to learn, lad.
We're surrounded.
Don't take it too hard, eh? Experience always tells. You may have the noble blood, but I've been making wives into widows since long before you were born. In battle, I am your better. Come, Ramza. It's you and me now. For what it's worth, I'm sorry it's come to this.
I love the voice acting because you can tell in his tone, Gaffgarion does like Ramza. Again, I think Gaffgarion would forgive Ramza of everything that's gone on if Ramza would just join his side again. So even though Gaffgarion is, you know, he's an asshole, right? He's this hardcore mercenary, only cares about coin, but he does have a soft side for Ramza here. And that's nice to see because it really fleshes out Gaffgarion to be very human. And that's just really good writing, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure in the original version, he says on guard. I don't know, I always like that. It's like, on guard, Ramza. Now, you could just 1v1 Gaffgarion here, but again, very hard to do that considering Gaffgarion's Shadowblade there. He's always going to heal himself, which is a problem. Let's take a look at the field now that they got to go first. So they got a summoner there, and then those archers are a problem. Also, those knights can be a little tanky as well. And we're also just outnumbered out there. This lever, this is the spot right here. And I don't know if you guys I've mentioned this yet, but you can mark locations on the map. I haven't said anything because this is the tooltip coming up. But you can mark locations. So if you ever want to find treasure or use a guide to find treasure and it tells you it's on a certain spot, you can just mark it. And we will be using this feature much later on. But yeah, we can mark targets. That's where you need to go for the lever. And now we really just need to get Ramza down there to it. In the meantime, though, we might as well bump our bravery up just to make sure that we're always proccing auto potion. Because if Ramza dies on that side, that's it. Mustadio here. Oh, he doesn't actually have any potions. That's fine. I think we want to aim for that summoner first. Although I think our black mage is going to be able to one-tap it. I'll just move him in the corner. Let's just get him out of the way. Shoot them. Get our black mage into the mix. Let's just look at the turn order, how this is going to be affected. We can cast Shiva, or Titan's not going to go off fast enough. We'll use Shiva on all of them, actually. We were right into the mix. This is kind of like the tricky part about using a spellcaster. Is like, when do I just throw them into the meat grinder? And here we are. But this is going to hit all three of them and do a big chunky bit of damage. Our knight, on the other hand, ooh boy. Who do I go for? This thief just went, or archer just went. He has the longest turn order. We'll just go for the one over here. Now our knight has dual wielding, which means he attacks twice with his swords. So this is going to attack twice, 90% chance, could do 88 damage. But dual blades, it synergizes with Art of War as well, so we could nuke his physical attack, which is going to make him do like no damage, or we could use our aim ability here, and we would do 84 times 2 if both of them hit. But in this case, you can see that his turn is number 3, this would take till 9, that's not going to work out. I think just hitting him normal is plenty fine. Pop. Pop. Oh, you know what? I have a different sword for my secondary. You can equip 2 different types of swords. So it's not going to be exactly the same. But still, just a lot of damage with that aim ability. Our knight is going to be a single target monster.
Never saw this coming.
Damn. There's a lot of damage there. Woo.
Ready.
Trying to break our shit. Trying to break our stuff.
Haven't you?
Gotta hate knights. Hate fighting knights when they just start breaking your shit. It's like, come on, guys, that's expensive. I really needed that stuff. Agri's here. They're in the perfect spot to get bolted. I'm wondering if I shouldn't use... Oh, no. Bolt's better because it's got better range on it. I wanted the chance to stop them because I think that status effect is better than silence. Just gonna keep chipping away at Ramza here. Now, making Ramza a monk, this is another good reason for it, because just in case our auto potion doesn't proc, we have something like Chakra, which will heal us for 60. So it's kind of a nice backup there. Let's go ahead, just punch the lever.
This ought to do it. I must concentrate.
Now, just in case Mustadio goes down, we can go ahead and save him. Mustadio here, though, not having a good time. Mustadio will get a lot better later on. Just right now, he's kind of in an awkward spot. He doesn't come out the gate like Agrius does. We're gonna nuke them. I really want to get off a nice chunky hit here. Ooh, here we go. 64%. We really want to hit that knight in the back. We'll just take care of the archer instead. Yeah, you're done.
Can't be sorry yet.
Nice. Bop, bop. Making this look easy. And that's basically the fight, because after this, everybody's just going to gang up on Gaffgarion. Again, 1v1 in Gaffgarion there. You could do it, but we probably need a more optimized setup. Right now, what we're doing is just very safe. So let's go ahead. Let's head to Mustadio here. We might as well just cure him.
Are you all right?
And then we're going to lead Gaffgarion out into the field here. That way everybody can just get a shot on him, because that's probably the best way to deal with him and his Shadow Blade, is just make sure your entire party is ganging up on him. He is just that big of a beast. We could also just steal his sword. We could have done that. If we would have brought the thief, kind of just do the same thing we did last time we fought him. Better odds there. A little bit more damage with the aim. Up.
Come then.
It's a lot of damage for single target, and it's only going to get better and better. Don't break my stuff anymore. I think I already broke my helmet. Okay. That's interesting. So the rend abilities, they used to not do any damage if you already broke that part of the person's equipment. But now it looks like you can just use the ability anyways, and it just does damage. I'm wondering why they just don't do a regular attack instead. That's something I'm going to have to look into. Steel, we might as well start bumping up Agrius' bravery, because we do want to, we want their bravery to be better. Not Mustadio though. Mustadio, we actually want his bravery low. Low. Can we hit Gaffgarion? Nope. Move a little bit. And we're just gonna lure him out. Get our black mage. Get them topped off on MP. That way when Gaffgarion comes over here, just absolutely nuke him. Oh, nice dodge there. I feel like that's the first indication of that, you know, cloaks were so good. It's just like, when you miss the enemy all the time, like, how are they dodging? It's these damn cloaks. Cloaks are great. Ooh, we could be picking up their crystals as well. For some extra MP, or not MP, abilities, because you get all their abilities now that are on that are available. Let's just go get it. Woo. So previous version, again, you used to only be able to pick one of the abilities to learn. Now, just get all of them. Ooh, we got an achievement too. Sweet. And I think we will just bump up our Black Mage's bravery as well. I guess you could like keep just tactically retreating from Gaffgarion as well. But we want to lure him in, and we're going to absolutely nuke him. And now this is probably going to be it for him. I don't know if he can stop because he's a boss. Doesn't matter. Ooh, look how much damage Black Mage is going to do. Now, this is going to hit our knight as well, but this probably just ends the fight. We'll just do a normal hit, because I don't know if our knight's going to live through being blasted by the Black Mage, so we might as well just get some damage going. Oh, and Gaffgarion, my man, knocked us right out of the AoE blast. And evaded. Jeez, that was a 90% chance to hit, and it just... Even when there's the smallest bit of chance of missing, I feel that happens all the time.
Is there no other way, Gaffgarion? Must I fight the man who took me under his wing?
You'd wax sentimental even now. You'll not survive long that way, lad.
Obviously, yeah, Ramza here, he likes Gaffgarion as well, you know? Again, his mentor. But Gaffgarion's like, dude, like, I want you to join my side. I'm never going to join your side. You need to come to my reality. We just know Ramza's not going to do that. At this point, we're just in, like, a battle of wills. Everyone was having, like, you'll see this more often as the game goes on, but obviously you're doing regular combat, but you almost have, like, a philosophical debate as well as the battles going on. Very much Matsuno, the director. He loves writing like that.
Mayhap not. But even now, I've no wish to take your life.
Sentimental and pompous. There's a funny thing. Reckon you can take me, do you? I'll tell you again. In battle, I am your better. Your birth will not avail you against my experience.
Oh,
You were the one who guided me when I found myself adrift, Gaffgarion. Were it not for you, I would not be here now.
sorry, I didn't know they were going to keep yapping.
And you wish to thank me for rearing you into a fine young man, is that it? Give over, boy. I'll not hear this maudlin blather. Such is for your family. We both took up the sword and found purpose in battle, aye. But we're otherwise naught to one another.
I don't believe that Gaffgarion really believes what he's saying here, because I think Gaffgarion does think fondly of Ramza here. I'm not going to say like a son, but again, he does know that he's a mentor to him. But I don't think, obviously, Gaffgarion as a man would ever admit to being like, Ramza, I like you. Let's talk about this. Like, let's just come over to my side and like it'll be fine. Again. But again, I don't think Gaffgarion would never admit that.
This I understand full well. Nonetheless, I am grateful to you. Through you, I have had experiences no amount of privilege could have afforded me. I have grown. So for what it is worth, I bear you no ill will.
You waste your final words on tripe! A highborn brat to the marrow you are.
He's almost getting angry now because he's realizing that he has to... I mean, he's thinking he has to kill Ramza. And so he's receding back into more of like the animalistic Gaffgarion, you know, the bull. And just getting angry about it.
Come on.
Let's get you in there. Ooh, some more abilities. Oh, look, we're picking up Cyclone now. Sweet. For free. And we will use Power Blast, 100%. Love it.
You.
Now, pretty sure he's supposed to have a conversation with Agris as well. I'm wondering if that's going to happen. Because whenever our spell gets off here, he's done.
that I should fall to a mere boy. Well fought, Ramza. Well fought. A fool though you are, I could never bring myself to dislike you.
Goodbye, Gaffgarion.
Strangely enough, I think this is like a really sad scene that he has to, kill his mentor. And Gaffgarion even now is like, I liked you, man, just for what it's worth. We just happen to be, our ideals are too different. We live in two different worlds, and it's a battle of making Ramza's, what he envisions as a world, a reality, over Gaffgarion kind of maintaining what he thinks is reality.
We must reach the princess before reinforcements arrive.
I do want to bring up, because we did miss it. I didn't think we'd miss the conversation, but Agrias and Gaffgarion have a back and forth banter as well, where Gaffgarion attacks Agrias because she's a woman fighting, and Gaffgarion's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Like, you shouldn't be in plate mail. Like, go back to your parties and stuff. And it's an interesting conversation because throughout the game, we have been fighting along, like both genders have been fighting back and forth. We have genders on our team. That has never been brought up. And I'm thinking Gaffgarion brings it up. It's because Agrias here is a noble, so she has choice. So maybe in Ivalice here, noble women are not really expected to be fighting because they have so much privilege and freedom that, again, they just think that they don't belong in battle. So I'm thinking that's where Gaffgarion comes from, because otherwise it really doesn't make a lot of sense, because again, we've been fighting alongside females and they're, against them. Nobody's ever brought it up before. So if you see that conversation and you think like, Gaffgarion is an asshole. I mean, he is an asshole, but it didn't come up this time around, which is curious. I was trying to get it to, but that's a little unfortunate we missed out on that dialogue, because another reason for this remastered edition is to add that dialogue, those conversations with characters like Agrias, and it didn't proc there. Maybe I should have drawn the battle out a little longer, but I didn't want to do that either. Okay, Lionel Castle. For this fight,
Right.
there's a reason why last episode I said to grab the Protect Ring and the Guardian Bracelet, because this next fight's going to have a lot of nasty status ailments. I think Protect Ring is the more useful one. I could be wrong. I think it's Protect Ring. We're going to go with Protect Ring, and we're going to put it on all of our characters. Now these things are kind of expensive, but totally worth it.
Yes.
I don't think we're going to need our White Mage. Let's actually take that off, because I'm going to bring my Knight for some raw damage. Oh, dude, your helmet's gone. Okay, we got it back up. I did not have another sword available, except for the Academy Blade. I said I wasn't going to use the Deluxe Edition stuff, but I did for that one fight, so my bad. Other than that, now we got the Blood Sword. Really cool sword here. So hopefully we get to see a little bit of that. But we're going to take our Knight, and then I think we're prepared. This is definitely one of those fights where I'm a little nervous. But now we're entering the Castle Keep. Let's see what's going on. Now, formation is important for this fight. You want to spread your characters out.
My turn, is it?
All right.
Kind of want to divide them up. I'm just thinking where I want to place them. I don't know if this is a fight where Ramza, it doesn't matter where you place him because he'll just go to the same spot. I think it is.
As you wish.
So we'll put him there. This is fine. Just at least make sure you have two groups spread. You don't want to clump everybody up.
To battle.
I mean, we don't have much room to work with anyways, but just make sure you get them split. Yeah. Ramza starts out there in front, so we got a good spread there.
I see Gaffgarion's sword was no match for his words. Then again, perhaps the fault lies with his adversary. Beoulve blood is not given to spill easily, even when thinned with that of a courtesan, it would seem.
That's why I said that even though Ramza sits there and says, like, it doesn't matter about my blood, it kind of does. Everybody's, like, he even says it himself sometimes. So I think a bloodline does matter in this game.
But enough is enough. You overstay your welcome. As I am loath to waste time and effort, I shall make you an offer. Leave the Aura site, and then leave Lionel. Refuse, and you will find my hospitality wanting.
Where is Lady Avelia?
You mean to free her? What then? House Beoulve would see her dead.
We can assume that because Duke Larg is with the Queen. The Queen, they already have Prince Ornis there. That's who they want to crown. So they would probably kill the princess.
That is why you defied your kin, thereby marking yourself an outcast, and came to me, seeking the Church's aid. By taking the princess into my care, I merely granted you your wish. What would you have of me now?
Answer me. Where is Lady Avelia?
Bound for Zeltenia. Her Highness has chosen to accept our hand in aid over yours.
Zeltenia, that is to the east side of Ivalice. That is the territory of Duke Golgollada and the Order of the Southern Sky.
You lie! I'll not be deceived.
Her Highness undertakes to claim the throne of her own volition. She spreads her wings. Even so, she will need a steady hand to guide her, and yours falters. Who better then than us to stand at her side? She saw this. Why not you? There's no reason you should not join us as well. The thought of besting your brothers holds no allure. We care no less for this world's fate than you. Together, we can change Ivalice for the better.
I have no wish to change the world. But nor can I stand by while our people suffer and die on the whim of some select few. Do you truly believe you can change it? Not even I am so naive as that.
Nescient humility from one possessed of such an artifact. That stone you hold can twist the very weave of nature, to say nothing of the world. Yet I fear my efforts are wasted on you. Though artful are the words of man, conviction they do lack. You place your faith in the unseen, upholding such a sacred truth. Ignorance begets ignorance as the blind lead the blind, and I despair to see it. I despair of mankind. Very well. I will demonstrate the stone's power. The power of God's true!
Remember, he's got the Scorpio Stone, so this is going to be awesome. Behold! Ah. Oh. What the hell is that?
You take no pains to hide your wonderment.
Cuchulainn the Impure. As a Scorpio, I'm kind of disappointed that this is what the Cardinal turned into using that stone. We basically get the boogeyman from A Nightmare Before Christmas, so...
How I shall delight to watch you die. Each excruciation, ecstasy.
I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but this bag of impurity, we're going to have to take out. We can't see his level, we can't see his health, and we can't see his MP. Oh, dear God. He's going to kill my Black Mage. That is our best damage dealer. I'm wondering if we could get a spell off in time. No, we sure as shit can't. We have raises, that's fine. We just need to get out of the way of everybody else, honestly. I think we'll just go over here in the corner. I don't even actually know if we'll be safe here.
I don't.
Okay, good. Not a bad opener there.
This is Auracite's sacred power? How can power so vile banish villainy? Surely this is naught but evil itself.
Of good and evil still you would fain speak. Beneath concern such empty notions fall.
I love the audio work they did with these voices here. Sounds very like
Although
otherworldly.
no more ought I expect of you. Afore the ocean of Lucavi power, the minds of men are naught but trickling streams.
So he is a Lucavi, basically a demon.
The power of the Lucavi. What are you? What have you done with the Cardinal?
What nonsense this! I am the man himself. Or rather, he who once was Delacroix. The Oracet, the stone, such powers grant to rise above the feebleness of man. Creation's laws restrain and rule me not. Astride your moral order do I stand. I am a god become.
He's really feeling himself right now, and that with that body, oh, I don't know about that one.
My turn.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and punch him. Now, Musadia, not going to do a lot of damage in general. Luckily, it's got Phoenix Downs.
On your feet.
Ooh, I don't know if I earned time, but we do have our knight here. Perfect occasion to do double damage. I don't think we're going to have enough aim. Oh, no, we can get aim +1. All right, let's do that.
Right.
Agris, you just need to get close enough. I just don't want her to be where they all get nuked. We're going to kind of stand off to the side.
Mercy!
So our idea is to do just consistent damage with our party. Nice hit. Beautiful. Good job, Damon.
I'll not be defeated.
Okay, good. Good.
Yet.
I was worried he was going to just keep nuking our black mage here. Yes. But consistent damage with our party.
By fate we die, so heaven has decreed. Biora!
So consistent damage with our party here, and then big damage with our black mage. That's our play. Oof. Chunky.
Lucavi. If memory serves, the word is ancient Ivalician for transcendent one. But can it be possible? Can he truly have transcended mortality?
A god I am. No simpler terms there are.
I don't think so, brother.
No divinity would assume a form so foul. You are no being of immaculate light.
The Heavenly Father, maker of our world. I am not he, in that you are correct. Have you belief in being so divine? Possessed of boundless power and knowledge both?
Again, he's just kind of feeling himself.
I fear to say that such do not exist, though utter this a cardinal or not.
So he's kind of making fun of the cardinal, or at least the title of the cardinal. The fact that, you know, he is this demonic entity here who is completely against the faith that they represent, that the cardinal represents. So it's just funny that a man of cardinal status has then turned to this Lucavi.
Then you have deceived the people, and admit as much.
I freely do, without reserve or shame. Though for the church I cannot claim to speak. The truth, to me, this power revealed. Mere fantasy, the Father. Words in ink and air.
So the father Faram, it's kind of like a, you know, he is like essentially the god in Ivalice, but he has almost like a hands-off policy. He doesn't intervene, nothing like that. At least intervene directly.
You call yourself a god, but I see only an abomination. Your power is that of demons.
Divine this power, the legends would attest. Yet such distinctions matter not to me, for I no longer walk the mortal plane.
That a hero of the 50 Years' War should abandon his faith and become a monster. Feel you no shame?
The Cardinal used to be, I would say, a good person, at least somebody neutral, as opposed to what led him to turn to these stones of holy power and then eventually become corrupt.
Nay, for faith in fiction is as faith in naught. The joyous day, the power roused within, to me was shown divinity's true form. My fervent most desire was then fulfilled by the one God to whom I bend the knee.
So, fervent most desire. Take note of that term, that phrase there.
This self-same God abjurer surely sought, yet with their selfish ends to satisfy, the truth did his disciples warp and twist. A cruel and ugly truth that I embraced.
Are there more of you? Other Lucavi?
Probably, yeah.
What need have you to know? Who here will die? A maggot crushed and broken underfoot.
So, I think the rest of the way he just kind of babbles about how strong he is, how he's better than everybody else. He's this god walking amongst men, they're maggots, yada yada yada. But here we are shooting our guns at him, casting a lot of spells. We are grouping up a bit. We need to move. We're gonna cast it here, and then Agrius will get out of the way. Ah, wait a second. I did not plan that out right. I forgot that I didn't see that it was his turn. Yeah, I think because, again, we have the protection ring on. Right? Yeah, the protection ring on. So he's only going to be using this bio ability the entire time, which is good for us. Oh, he's cooked. This should do him in.
What is this I behold? Against what do I fight?
Agrius, have you missed the whole conversation we've been having?
The Lion's Guard sends its best in Agrius Oaks, protector of the Princess Julie Sworn. Your skill with blade unrivaled, so I hear. Your loyalty to Her Highness wavering not. As now we speak, your mistress for Saltenia makes her rightful crown and throne to claim. If fast remains your oath, then serve you may. My ally you need but be.
Your ally. Wherefore would I choose to join hands with a grotesque abomination such as you?
You know, I really don't mind having Agrius get a little more fluff talk. Her voice actress is pretty good.
Come then.
Alright. I think this thing is dead anyways. We just need to get Agrius out of the way of that thunder that we cast foolishly. Move her over. Not get hit by the spell.
I gave everything I had.
Ow. Hey, there you go, Mustadio. Watch this. Oof. Oof. Oh, okay. We got him.
How strange that undying, here should die. A death come ere High Seraph could descend. Oh, would that these eyes could witness death.
The High Seraph. That'll be a term we see later on, or a title, name. Just explodes. The Scorpio aura side, everybody. That's our zodiac sign. Big old bag of putrid filth. Yeah, dude. Okay, Knights. Dual wielding, amazing. S tier. I don't care what anybody says. So good for single target damage. So good.
My advisors tell me you are the one who rescued Princess Avilia.
So, first time
I
seeing
would
Duke
have you tell
Goltana.
me more.
I am Delita Hyrule, a Black Ram lieutenant in the service of His Excellency the Baron Grimms.
Baron Grimms, he works for Duke Goltana. He's like under his like bannerman.
His Excellency dispatched me to rescue the princess, and so I did, disguised as one of your own. A sheep in lion's clothing. Now I have returned.
Hyrule, you say? That is not a name I've heard before.
I had thought Baron Grimms and his Black Rams felled in battle against the Eye a fortnight past.
Now, I don't know what the Eye is. Tried looking it up. I didn't find anything. I kind of want to know more about that. But it's very convenient for Delita to be part of this Black Rams group where he's essentially the sole survivor now.
Indeed. That dark news spurred me to return with all the greater haste. 'Tis only by virtue of my mission that I was spared the fate of my comrades. May the Father grant them rest.
How fares the princess?
She is weary yet from her long journey. She sleeps as if among the dead.
I can well imagine. Now, is it true you brought a prisoner?
It is. The man is privy to the conspiracy, and I would have him lay it bare to your grace. Bring the prisoner forth. Let us hear the reason for your attempt on the princess.
'Twas to stain Duke Goltana's name by making it appear the work of his men. That way he'd be kept from Lazalia and claiming the regent's seat.
Who gave you the order? Duke Larg?
No. A close advisor of Duke Goltana's seeking to curry Duke Larg's favor.
And we know this is all bullshit. Essentially, whatever. What he's saying may not be bullshit, but this prisoner here having the information, we can believe that this is a man put there by Delita.
Madness. None among us would fain betray our Duke. This is clearly an attempt to undermine us by sowing mistrust. Silence this man before he can spout more absurdness.
I would hear it nonetheless.
Who was it?
Well,
name the one who gave the order.
I'd have your protection.
On my honor as a knight. Speak.
'Twas the man who stands before me. Chancellor Glavain.
What? How dare you? I do not even know you, knave!
Now, take note of this guy's tone. He immediately wanted to silence him. This prisoner from speaking seems very, like, anxious.
Who put you to it? The Queen?
Stop this mummer's farce. I've naught to do with this.
To betray your liege lord is an unpardonable crime, Chancellor.
It was not I. I know naught of it.
Forgive me if I presume overmuch, Your Grace, but now is not the time for bandied words.
Now, this is
the Order of
probably
the Southern Sky must march on Lazalia at once, and you with it.
Now, this is probably the most popular, like unreasonable scene in the game. The fact that you have this Chancellor here who just gets straight up like killed by Delita, who Duke Goltana, they have no idea who Delita is. They just know who he used to be under, as far as the Black Rams. But the Chancellor no trial, no further questioning, but I do want to, that's why I said take note of his tone. The dude clearly doesn't want him to speak up, the prisoner, for some reason. So that's a little bit of an indication, but also remember what Delita has done now for Duke Goltana and the Order of the Southern Sky, where he has brought them the princess to now use for their plot, their chance to seize the throne. So I think, again, putting him in that advantageous position, and then the Chancellor's tone, maybe there's some backstory there. We're doing a little assuming there, but all those things together, I think that makes the scene can still work. But I think at face value, I get why people say that's completely unreasonable that Delita just came here and slayed that guy, and nobody talks about it, nobody lifts a finger. As a kid, though, I thought this scene was badass. But yeah, a little bit older, I'm like, would they really just be okay with Delita doing that?
Give your enemies but a moment to collect themselves, and they will pin the Chancellor's sedition on his lord. Your grace must strike before they are given the chance. Deny the prince's claim and set the princess on the throne.
And I think Duke Goltana and his council here, they all want the same thing Delita's saying right now. Anyways, they're going to make a play for the throne.
Following his sack of the royal capital of Lazalia, Duke Goltana, the Black Lion, banished Queen Luveria to Besselat for her hand in the conspiracy, and crowned Princess Ovilia queen. But Duke Larg, the White Lion, insisting that Prince Orinus was the true and rightful heir, at once crowned the child prince and declared himself regent. Moving then to free Luveria, Duke Larg dispatched the Order of the Northern Sky to Besselat in the name of the new crowned king. Duke Goltana, in turn, set the Southern Sky to march in Ovilia's name. The curtain had risen on what history would one day record as the War of the Lions.
So the Civil War has finally begun. Prior to this, it's just been a lot of moving parts and pieces, people gathering influence, information, setting themselves up. Oh, we got achievement.
This past evenfall, the count stood at 200,000. 400 if both sides be counted.
The number of casualties is not our sole concern.
Elmdor, this is the Marquess that we saved in the beginning of the game. Remember him?
That was to be expected. And so too the depletion of our stores. No, it is this drought that threatens us. The markets are bare and tax collections fall short. With prices as they are, we can lay in supplies for another half year at best.
So already fighting has begun, and they're just talking about how their army, as far as resources, not looking good.
Duke Larg must surely face like difficulties. It rained unceasingly in Gallion this season. The grain rotted in the fields before it could be harvested.
The real trouble lies in war's wake. There is no work. Whole villages have been displaced. My son Oren tells me over 100,000 have already fled to Lazalia, and more pour in by the day.
Oren, remember that name.
Ha! I see no trouble in this. Let Larg struggle to feed the mewling maids and his soldiers both.
It is no laughing matter. Should the conflict spread, we may find ourselves no better off. Think you Zeltenia proof against such a fate? I assure you we are not. Has not the time come to chart a course to peace?
Your fears are well-founded, but we cannot yet end this war. Though it pains me to do so, we shall increase the rate of tax by 1/3.
It's just like, wait, what? Everybody's suffering? You want to increase taxes? That never works out. But sadly enough, I think our own history kind of sees that people do this, which is ridiculous.
Naturally, a close watch must be kept on those who hope to profiteer in these trying times.
I'm thinking of you, Xbox, in your Game Pass increases. Sorry, we shouldn't talk about that here.
As for those seeking refuge outside the castle walls, we shall tighten our patrols at the Limbri border to see that they are turned back.
My lord, I must ask that you reconsider.
So Orlando here, we will see him a little bit later on, but he is, trying to sue for peace, saying like, everybody's suffering. Maybe we should talk and try to figure this out before more of the common folk either start to revolt against us, or everybody just dies off.
Duke Larg suffers, as do we. What better time to treat for peace?
You talk in circles, Orlando. There can be no peaceful end to this.
The kingdom cannot exist without her people, Your Grace. No more than can we. In the 50 Years' War, who bore a greater burden than they, the common folk?
So literally, we just had the 50-year war, which we lost. Since then, people have been struggling, and now we're thrown into a civil war.
Would you thank them now with higher taxes? Their confidence in us is sorely tested as it is. And it is not only the people. Our soldiers are made to fight on rations that would scarce feed a child at his mother's skirts. We cannot long sustain this war. Resolve is no substitute for resources.
Resolve? Have you any? These are the words of a coward.
I think Goltana's point of view here is the fact that they have been scheming and planning for this outcome for a long time. So of course they're not going to sue for peace now. They want to put their princess on the throne so they can have power over the nation. They've assassinated the princes prior to Orinus, and so they're not just going to like drop this just because of, famine and then the common folk being upset. No. They're in this to win it.
The 50 Years' War was fought to drive back an invasion of our sovereign soil. We were honor-bound to fight.
And in this war, there is no honor to bind you. Is that what you wish to say? The 50 Years' War was an abject failure of a corrupt crown. And the source of its corruption is Duke Larg. The man claims to act in the realm's interests, but in truth, he aspires only to power. I seek to rid us of his blighting influence. Yet you would suggest there is no honor in this, that we fight for naught. You mock the Black Lion to his face.
His Grace speaks true. Besides, why lay down the sword with victory so near? They call you the Thunder God, Count Orlando, but your gentle words would sooner stir a breeze.
Is victory so near? My ears are deaf to its approach. I am, however, keenly aware of the quagmire pulling at our feet. This war has been fought to a standstill. Your words are the epitome of hubris. This council can ill afford to heed such unfounded prating.
I will not sit here and tolerate such insults.
Enough of this. You disappoint me, Orlando. Pray you do not disappoint me further. I will say this but once. Any man who cares not for the course I've chosen had best remove himself now.
So Orlando kind of seems like a good guy there.
I will brook no further doubt, Orlando.
Chapter 3, The Valiant.
The Leader once told me he was swimming against some unseen current. If this current rushed towards war, and the world with it, what hope did I have to fight it? I made for Lazalia to tell Zalbarg that someone dictated this war from the shadows, and to test my own legs against the current.
Zalbag, we haven't seen him since Chapter 1. Now, before we go, this is going to be the end of the episode, but a little bit of the geography that's going on here. This middle section here, this is Lazalia. This is where the crown usually resides power. Again, the Order of the Southern Sky. They mostly hang out over here, but Fort Basilat, it's like right here. This is a big, impenetrable stronghold where Duke Goltana mainly resides. And when they started the war, they sacked Rosalia here that crowned Queen Avalia, but now they've kind of been pushed back to this area again. Again, Duke Larg and Dystarg, they mainly hang out over here. So that's kind of the geography of where the tug of war is going on between, you know, both dukes at the moment here. So currently the capital is under control by Zalbag, Dystarg, and Larg, while again over here in Fort Basilet, we don't see it now, but we'll visit there later. But that's kind of the geography going into chapter 3 here, and we will pick up on that next time, guys. A little bit of a longer episode, but there's a lot going on. As far as the levels that we are going to continue with, probably going to get everybody to level 20, maybe 21. But next episode, we will also talk about our little pigs as well. So very excited about that. And yeah, guys, I will see you next time. Peace and take care.